When you first get your shadow work journal, after you do your shadow work, it get for real. Like, it gets for real. I'm telling y'all, don't even start this journey until you're ready to face all parts of yourself, babes, and accept them or change them. Because it's like, once you lift the veil, once you open your eyes to it, you can't unsee it, and you can't ignore it, and you can't go back to your old ways.
What is the goal of shadow work? Your shadow isn't a flaw or a mistake. Instead, it is a natural part of who you are. Shadow work is at heart about developing self-awareness and ultimately self-acceptance and compassion. Shadow work is often both therapy and more spiritual, helping you see the different parts of yourself. For people who have been especially good at avoiding their shadow. For instance, because it is too far different from your own self-perception or desired impression, shadow work is about acknowledging the existence of shadows and getting curious about exploring them. Now let's do a quick Google search. Shadow work is working with your unconscious mind to uncover the parts of yourself that you repress and hide from yourself. Here is one of the exercises that the book has. It's called mirror gazing. And so it says, find a mirror that you can, I'm trying to see the fine print, hold on. Gaze into your eyes. Spend 5 to 10 minutes looking directly into your eyes and try your best to not to look away, If you feel comfortable, talk to your reflection and have a conversation with your shadow. When you are done, tell yourself that you are safe and loved. It says mirror gazing is an intimate way to face your deepest fears and insecurities. During mirror gazing, you may come across thoughts, doubts, and fears that keep you from experiencing peace. You may even see your physical parts, sorry y'all, I can barely read this. You may even see physical parts of yourself shifting. This exercise will allow you to mentally wrestle with yourself and surrender. Do not be afraid, and above yourself, compassion. Y'all, I can barely see this. Okay, next slide. The book details says this shadow work journal includes everything you need to face your shadows. Keep this journal handy as a tool to discover and heal the deepest parts of your subconscious. Doing shadow work will help you become aware of subconscious self-sabotaging behaviors. This shadow work journal provides you easy-to-use pages laying out activities, exercises, journaling prompts, and more. Most importantly, it keeps you accountable and consistent in your journey to experience the healing you deserve. Cap. This new shadow work journal is also in the same category as the Book of Shadows. I don't know if this is a spinoff of this or what. So here's what the Book of Shadows is. In a non-traditional or eclectic forms of Wiccan or neo-pagan practice, the term Book of Shadows is more often used to describe a personal journal rather than a traditional text. This journal records rituals, spells, and their results, as well as other magical information. Let's talk about it. So this shadow book has been going viral all over TikTok. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this, if you are familiar with this, but this is obviously pagan practices. It has magical exercises in it that will help you basically confront your inner shadow demon and either, like she said, live with it or change it. So please, y'all, do not go purchase this. It is a Wiccan practice and a new spiritual practice that they're trying to hide behind this deception of you're facing your inner shadow. And you're going to come to grips with what this is, and you're going to love that shadow. Regardless of the childhood trauma that you may have experienced, whichever door that was open to allow that shadow, that demon to come in. And see, this is the issue that I have, because we have everybody trying to make a profit, trying to be super spiritual, trying to help people fix their inner selves, when we know that only the Holy Spirit, who does the perfect work, has the ability to pull these things out of us in a way that we won't be harmed or affected, because this is indeed spiritual. Do I believe that there's something wrong, if there's anything wrong with healing your inner child? No, absolutely not. I think that it is the most beautiful thing to really understand what you may be carrying, what traumatic events that happened in your life that opened up doors within your life that causes you to act in a way that is not moral, that is not just, that is not biblical, that is not wise. But I do believe in the order of doing things. And so even within the ministry that I do, if the Lord has me do healing exercises with the ladies to revisit their childhood, the Holy Spirit, He's in the midst of it all. You know why? Because the Holy Spirit is the one that has to deliver us. We cannot go visit these places and think that we're going to just heal ourselves. And we certainly can't think that we're going to get the healing that we need by doing pagan practices and Wiccan traditions, because you're also inviting demons within you when you're doing this. And I hate when people try to say, I seen this woman that was trying to act like a Christian saying, oh, you bought the shadow book? It's so demonic, da 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 da. And it's like, y'all try to make light of a situation that is certainly filled with the enemy. And it's like, we can't expect people that don't have eyes to see and they don't have the Holy Spirit to understand. They crucify us with their words. They laugh at us. They mock us. They ridicule us. And they think that it's a joke. But I'm here to say, at the end of the day, on Judgment Day, you will be warned. Every video and every TikTok that you've made mocking Christians, you'll have to revisit that before the name of all names. Okay, so one of the exercises were mirror gazing in the book. Let's see. It says that it is focusing on yourself regularly in a compassionate way carries immense advantages, including shaking away fears of inadequacy, incompetence, or abandonment. Just as naturally as mirror gazing routine shakes off bad feelings about yourself, you may find it also translate into other healthy relationships. Mirror gazing experiment is non-judgmental way to get going on the right path. It doesn't involve any work or time frame. It just sets you up for success. We as social creatures need face-to-face contact in order to thrive. The feedback you get about yourself from each eye contact is food for the soul. Now, am I for looking in the mirror and allowing the Holy Spirit to tell you who you are? You can even do biblical affirmation. We live in such a self-absorbed culture. Pride, Leviathan, being the core of everyone. And it's such a sad thing, because it's like they're trying to do all these things outside of God, outside of the Holy Spirit. And your end result will never be good. It will always be worse than when you first started. When you're ignorant to the devices that the enemy is using, you'll try to overlook everything. It's not that serious. It's not what it is. There could literally be a handbook out that says Satan's devices. How to get fame, how to get rich, how to do this, how to do that. And I guarantee you half of the population will open it because of the self-absorbed benefits. Getting to the next level, being rich, being famous, doing all these things. We're overlooking the evidence that's in our face. That is blatantly in our face. And then we still have incompetent, spirit, demon-filled people saying this is not what it is. They would literally look at you and say, this book is not of Satan, even though it says Satan. because the best way to hide is in plain sight. So if he's giving it to you in the way that it is evil, but he's throwing a little salt, throwing a little sprinkles on it, oh, but you'll have every desire of your heart, which is evil. If you don't have the Holy Spirit, if you are not in tune and in alignment, y'all want to be so spiritual, you're not in alignment with the one who created all. Every fleshly desire that you have is for self-gratification. Let's go to Isaiah 47, 8 through 14. Now then, listen, you lover of pleasure, lounging in your security and saying to yourself, I am, and there is none beside me. I will never be a widow or suffer the loss of children. Both of these will overtake you in a moment, on a single day, loss of children and widowhood. They will come upon you in a full measure in spite of your many sorceries and all of your potent spells. You have trusted in your wickedness and have said, no one sees me. Your wisdom and knowledge mislead you when you say to yourself, I am, and there is none beside me. Disaster will come upon you, and you will not know how to conjure it away. A calamity will fall upon you, and you cannot ward off with a ransom. A catastrophe you cannot foresee will suddenly come upon you. Keep on then your magic spells and with your many sorceries which you have labored at since childhood. Perhaps you will succeed. Perhaps you will cause terror. All the counsel you have received has only worn you out. Let your astrologers come forward, those stargazers who make predictions month by month. Let them save you from what is coming upon you. Surely they are like stubble. The fire will burn them up. They cannot even save themselves from the power of the flame. These are not coals for warmth. This is not a fire to sit by. And many of you may say, okay, what does this have to do with the shadow book? But the shadow book journal is wrapped upon sorcery, magic spells. You're also looking to this book for counsel. There have been many people that have commented and said that this book is like a counselor for them, a counsel session that they only had to pay a one-time fee for. All the counsel you have received has only worn you out. In verse 13, when we seek everything but the Lord, you will be worn out. You will never be able to be fulfilled and satisfied with whatever counsel you're seeking outside of God. And this book is nothing that is going to help deliver you, when ultimately we need to be delivered as a people. We don't need to be seeking outside sources to help fix something within that only the Creator can fix, because He created us. Why would you go to an outside source to try to create something within yourself? Why do you think that you're the creator? Why are you trying to get healing and get some type of understanding about anything inside of you or what you may be dealing with outside of the one who created you? Oh, because we don't believe in the Bible. This is why you got so many issues in your life. You're trying to do everything except God. You're trying to go everywhere else except to the Bible because of the false narrative and the lies and the deception that you have received from somebody or from your personal experience with church, instead of really seeking the Father for yourself. If y'all really want to come out of bondage and you really want to be healed from the inside, put aside your emotions, your differences, every speculation that you've heard everyone say, every little comment that you've read that says that the Bible is a white man religion, Christianity is not a whatever. Put all of that aside. If you really want truth and you really want to get the help that you need, you have to lay it all out. Lay it all down on the table. Just try out Jesus. It's that literal and that simple. Stop trying to go to outside resources because it may appeal to fix you in that moment, and then you only end up worse. So that's just some food for your spirit. Get a real relationship with the Father. No tarot cards gonna help you. No zodiac sign. No man that you ain't married with. No woman you ain't married with. And if you're married and they're not of God, they're not gonna help you. No therapist is gonna help you. No Reiki healing. None of that crap is gonna help you. It's like all of this stuff, it's a little bit of truth in it, and the rest is built upon a lie. Literally. Y'all really need to be asking God, give me eyes to see what's really going on. And for those of you who don't believe in the Bible and you don't believe in Jesus, who are you praying to? Don't ever say that you're praying, because who are you praying to? But I'm going to leave it at that. Do not purchase this book if you are a Christian. Even if you're not a Christian and you're curious of the book, don't get the book. It's going to do more damage than it will do healing. So, love you guys.